You ever look at yourself in the mirror and just see a stranger? Like you don't even know the person staring back at you. That's the moment you realize you messed up. You wasted time. You let yourself down. And now the weight of it all is crushing you. But here's the truth. Crying about it, regretting it, that won't change a damn thing. You're not who you used to be, and tomorrow, hell, tomorrow might not even come. So what's left right now, this second? You gotta rebuild yourself, brick by brutal brick, with no promises of a better day. Just the harsh reality that if you don't start now, you'll sink even deeper into that pit you dug yourself into. Step 1. Face the truth, no matter how ugly it is. You look in the mirror, and it's like you don't recognize who you've become. There's no hiding from it. You're staring at a reflection that's been shaped by your choices, some good, most bad, and a lot of wasted time in between. You ever think about how much time you've let slip away? Every minute you spend doubting yourself, every hour wasted on excuses, is a minute lost forever. And I'm not talking about a wake-up call or some soft whisper of motivation. No, this is the raw, cold truth. You're standing on the edge of a cliff, and the ground beneath you is crumbling. The reality is, you messed up. Maybe you had big plans, dreams that were supposed to change your life. But somewhere along the way, you got lost. You let distractions, fear and laziness sink their claws into you. Now you're staring at the wreckage of what could have been. It's easy to fall into that trap of regret, to cry over the opportunities you missed, the time you wasted. But let me tell you something. Tears won't rebuild what's broken. Self-pity won't get you out of this pit you've dug for yourself. You've got to face it head on. Accept that you've screwed up. Own it. Because until you do, you'll keep living in this loop of denial and excuses. And let me be real with you. Tomorrow ain't promised. You could wake up and it could all be over. You could run out of time just like that. So you've got one choice. Start rebuilding now, or keep falling until there's nothing left to save. It's brutal, I know, but that's life. It's a fight, and every moment you spend lying to yourself, pretending everything's okay, is a moment you're losing. So stop lying. Stop waiting for some miracle to pull you out of this mess. It's on you. Face the truth, no matter how ugly it is. Accept where you are, accept what you've done, and get ready to do the hard work, because that's the only way you're gonna make it out. Step 2, kill the old you before it kills you. Now that you've looked the truth in the eye, You've got to make a choice. Are you gonna stay this broken version of yourself, or are you gonna do what needs to be done? The old you, the one who made those mistakes, the one who let things slip, he's dead weight. And if you don't cut him loose, he's gonna drag you down until there's nothing left. This ain't no easy task. Killing the old you isn't some metaphorical bullshit. It's a war, a fight to the death, and the enemy is yourself. The old you is comfortable. He's used to the excuses, the laziness, the fear. He's the one who whispers in your ear, telling you it's okay to take it easy, that you'll get another chance tomorrow. But you and I both know tomorrow is a gamble, and you're running out of time to place your bets. You've got to put that version of you in the ground. You've got to bury him deep, and you've got to do it now. Because every day you let him live, every moment you let him have a say in your life, is a moment you're losing the battle. And this battle, it's life or death. Either you kill the old you, or he kills every chance you have of rebuilding something better. Don't get it twisted. This is gonna hurt. It's gonna tear you apart, ripping out pieces of yourself that you've clung to for too long. But that pain, that's the price you pay for growth. That's the sacrifice you make to become something stronger. And it's not just about cutting out the bad habits or changing your mindset. It's about completely dismantling who you were so you can rebuild yourself from the ground up. So take that old you, that weak, excuse-filled version of yourself, and crush him. Break him down until there's nothing left but the raw material you need to create something new. Because if you don't, if you keep letting that old you linger in the shadows, you'll never be free. You'll never be able to truly rebuild yourself. And that's the real tragedy. Living as a ghost of who you could have been, trapped in a cycle of regret and missed opportunities. Step 3. Lay the foundation with blood, sweat, and tears. You've faced the truth. You've killed the old you. Now it's time to start rebuilding. And let me tell you, it's gonna take everything you've got. This isn't some weekend project or a quick fix. This is a full-blown reconstruction, and the only way to do it right is to pour every ounce of blood, sweat, and tears into it. First things first, you need a plan. But not some half-baked pie-in-the-sky dream. No, you need something real, something you can sink your teeth into. This plan, it's gonna be your blueprint, the guide that takes you from where you are to where you need to be. And don't get comfortable. This plan is gonna evolve. It's gonna change as you grow, as you hit roadblocks, as you learn what works and what doesn't. But the foundation, that's gotta be solid. Start with the basics. What do you need to survive? What do you need to improve? What's gonna get you out of bed every morning? even when you feel like you've got nothing left. This isn't just about goals. It's about survival. It's about building a life that's worth living, a life that's built on hard work, discipline, and unbreakable will. And let's not sugarcoat it. It's gonna be brutal. You're gonna bleed for this. You're gonna sweat until your body gives out. And then you're gonna push even harder. You're gonna cry until there's nothing left. And then you're gonna cry some more. But that's the price you pay to rebuild yourself. That's what it takes to lay a foundation that won't crack under pressure, that won't crumble when life hits you hard. Every day, you wake up and you work. You work until your hands are raw, until your mind is exhausted, until your soul is screaming for mercy. And then you work some more, because this foundation, it's what's gonna carry you through the darkest times. It's what's gonna hold you up when everything else falls apart. It's the core of who you are, the base upon which you'll build the rest of your life. So don't skimp on the effort. Don't take shortcuts. This is your life we're talking about, your future. And the only way to make it strong, the only way to make it last, is to give it everything you've got. No excuses, no breaks, no letting up. This is where you prove to yourself that you're not just rebuilding. You're creating something indestructible. Step 4. Rise from the ashes, one brick at a time. You've laid the foundation. You've bled for it. You've cried for it. And now it's time to build. But this isn't about slapping bricks together and hoping they hold. No, this is about precision, about care, about making sure every piece of your life is solid, every step you take is deliberate. You're not just throwing things together, you're constructing a fortress, a place that nothing and no one can tear down. And that takes time. It takes patience. You're gonna get frustrated. You're gonna want to quit, to take the easy way out. But you can't. Not now. Not ever. Because every brick you lay, every piece of yourself you put into this new structure is a piece of your future, a piece of the life you're building. Start with what's most important. Maybe it's your health, your relationships, your skills, or your mindset. Whatever it is, make it your priority. Focus on it with everything you've got, and don't move on to the next thing until it's solid, until you know it's strong enough to hold up under pressure. This process, it's slow, it's painful, but it's necessary. You can't rush it. You can't skip steps. You've got to build this life brick by brick, one small victory at a time. And every time you place another brick, every time you overcome another challenge, you get stronger. Your foundation gets stronger. Your fortress gets stronger. But remember this, Just because you're building something new doesn't mean the old battles go away. You're still gonna face doubt, fear, and all the other demons that got you into this mess in the first place. They don't disappear just because you've decided to change. No, they'll keep coming at you, trying to break you down, trying to stop your progress. And that's where the warrior in you comes in. Because a warrior doesn't back down. A warrior doesn't run from the fight. A warrior stands firm, no matter how many times they get knocked down. So rise from the ashes, one brick at a time. And every time you lay another brick, remind yourself why you're doing this. Remind yourself of the life you're building, the future you're fighting for. And never ever lose sight of that vision, because that's what's gonna keep you going when the nights get dark, when the days get long, and when the weight of it all feels too heavy to bear. Step 5. Embrace the pain, because it's not over yet. You've come this far. You've faced the truth. You've killed the old you. You've laid the foundation, and you've started building brick by brick. But here's the thing. This journey, it's never over. Not really. Because life doesn't stop throwing punches just because you're trying to rebuild. If anything, it hits harder. You've got to embrace the pain, not just endure it, not just survive it, but embrace it. Let it fuel you. Let it remind you that you're alive, that you're fighting, that you're still here. Because the pain, it's proof that you're doing something right. It's proof that you're pushing your limits, that you're growing, that you're changing. Every scar, every bruise, every ache in your body, those are the marks of a warrior. Those are the signs that you've been through hell and back. And you're still standing. And that's something to be proud of. But don't get comfortable. Don't start thinking that just because you've made progress, you can ease up. No, this is where the real test begins. Because the higher you climb, the harder the fall. And the more you've built, the more you have to lose. So keep your guard up, keep pushing, keep fighting, because this world, it's relentless, it's cruel, and it won't hesitate to knock you down the moment you show weakness. But you're not weak, you're a warrior, and warriors don't quit, they don't back down, they don't give in, no matter how much it hurts. This pain, it's part of the process. It's the price you pay for greatness. And if you're not willing to pay that price, then you might as well give up now. But if you're ready to embrace the pain, to let it shape you, to let it forge you into something stronger, then there's nothing that can stop you. Because the truth is, rebuilding yourself isn't a one-time thing. It's a lifelong battle. Every day, you're gonna face new challenges, new obstacles, new pain. And every day, you're gonna have to make the choice to keep going, to keep fighting, to keep building. So embrace the pain. Let it fuel you. Let it drive you. And never forget why you started this journey in the first place, because tomorrow isn't guaranteed. But today is yours. And as long as you're breathing, as long as your heart is still beating, you've got a chance to rebuild, to fight, to live. So make every moment count. Be relentless. Be ruthless. Be a warrior. And rebuild yourself, brick by brutal brick, until there's nothing left that can break you down. Because this is your life, and it's up to you to make it something worth fighting for.